Hello! My name is Zachariah with Old Man Gaming. Welcome, one and all to another Stump Gang stream. That's right, we're playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and other Strangeness. We're playing with plenty of homebrew rules, which we'll get into. We're playing also a heavily modified Truck and Turtles, and we've got a lot of hijinks that have happened. We're in the middle of a big thing, but before we get into that, let's get into our players. Right below me, you're going to see the Buildmaster General. He is playing Roswell the Alligator. Please welcome Philbilly330.
What's going on, guys?
In the middle are official, unofficial, official partner in all things TTRPGs. Although I feel like at this point we should just say official. Wizard's Respite playing Tex the Armadillo.
Howdy, folks.
And then finally, last but certainly not least, Hope Child playing Ruby the Sparrow. We didn't hear you talk there. You just
Nope.
there you go.
Oh,
now don't. I think.
Hey guys.
She's so excited, she's crashing the volume.
That's what it is. Discord's cutting her off. So let's get into this. No cold open this time because we're starting in the middle of an adventure. So to recap, I can't recap everything. I've been trying to recap every game we played, and there's just too much stuff happening. So I'm going to recap what happened last time. Everything else, please, guys, go back and check out the beginning of the Long Road campaign that we started. And if you want to get even crazier, go back and watch the original Origins campaign that we started. So right now, Tex the Armadillo is shot pretty badly. He crashed his motorcycle. He's on the bridge, not doing so hot. Roswell actually did the best of everybody. He took on the octopus, a mutant octopus, and won. However, the octopus did manage to escape via some ink spray. And what we know from kind of a cold open situation is that this is the 848. We don't know anything more about them other than that, and that they were hired by General Braddock to retrieve the girls. And then finally, we left off with Ruby getting her leg hooked and dragged with a squawk out of the semi-truck by Hook, who she had shot twice in a fight for control of the cab on the bridge in Cincinnati. Did I miss anything, guys?
No, I think that's about it.
All right. Really quickly for our viewers, we play this game. We play Palladium games with a couple of minor tweaks and homebrews. Basically just little things that I wanted to add to the system to, in my opinion, make it a little bit more my style. Number one, you're going to see next to my head a little control and then a number. That number, I like stat checks. Palladium doesn't really like stat checks, so I added a system for stat checks. Whenever they make stat checks, they have to roll percentile die. They're trying to roll under the stat called out and the control value on the screen. The control goes down as they lose control of the situation. It can go from 10 to 60. And right now it is at a 20 because they have very little control over the situation. That being said, our second homebrew is we homebrewed some of the advancement. So instead of doing a leveling system, which is how Palladium likes to do it, I don't like that because with their leveling system, there's no real way to gain new skills. So I've made like a weird token system. They earn tokens per adventure, and then they can spend those tokens to level up skills and stats, but only spread out, basically. And then finally, this one was made in-game. If you roll somehow a 1 on a percentile die when you're doing a skill check, something amazing happens. Okay, did I miss any homebrews? Are we all caught up now?
Yep.
Alright, so we left off. We see Ruby, her foot get caught in the hook. She is dragged out the passenger side of the semi-truck with the tire blown as it as it's kind of careening down the bridge. She just and just gets pulled right out, like one feather kind of floating there. And then we just see Stella leap forward from the back of the carriage to grab the wheel. At the same time, Lila leaps forward from the back of the carriage to slide, both hands hitting the very large brake system on the truck. As Stella tries to pull the truck as it starts to just slightly jackknife. They manage to pull it. As that's happening, Ruby, you are yanked out of the passenger side and over the edge of the bridge. Both you and this hook guy, he's dragging you down. You try and use your wings to glide, but there's no gliding with a dude who basically weighs twice your weight attached to you, basically. So you're in trouble. When you look down and you see a small, like below him, you see this flash of light, like a round kind of almost portal, like a light portal, and you just see this big arm kind of, these two hands come out, they wrap around him and they pull him down into the portal. He goes through the portal. The chain just keeps dragging you, and sure enough, you're pulled right into the portal, and the portal flashes out of existence. Meanwhile, on the bridge, Tex, if I recall correctly, you had been shot, you had crashed your motorcycle, you were just kind of trying to run in a serpentine pattern to try and get back to your motorcycle, but you were extremely damaged, correct?
I think I had gone on my motorcycle.
You had gotten back on it?
Drive in the serpentine pattern, hoping that would help.
Okay. All right. Give me a motorcycle skill check, but I'm going to actually give you a -20 because one of your arms is, shot.
That is very fair. And I did not make it.
Ooh.
Definitely did not make that.
Okay. All right. Good start to the game. All right. You get on the motorcycle. You're trying to drive in serpentine positions, but this choppa is just a little bit too hard to handle with one hand. You've got the motorcycle skill, but let's face it, you haven't actually piloted that many motorcycles in your life. So you actually kind of steer it slightly sideways. How much did you fail by, just out of curiosity?
With the -20.
Yeah.
Let me double check. Like 40.
Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So you steer sideways, and remember there's construction on this bridge, so you end up turning to the right, and you end up kind of nailing your wheel onto one of those orange traffic cones. Your wheel just goes sideways, and it just instantaneously jackknifes your bike. Instead of sliding skillfully like you did when you got shot, this time you are just launched forward like a small armadillo rocket through the air. No. How am I going to do damage? Okay. Here's how I'll do damage.
Tuck and roll.
Yeah.
Do you have any sort of skill that would help you with like acrobatics? Dance? No.
Dance. I'm
gonna hoe down out of this if you don't mind.
I was hoping when I took dance that there would be a square dancing competition at some point.
I'm just gonna go ahead and do a 2-step waltz out of this free fall, if you don't mind.
I don't. I don't think so.
Okay, all right. Well, in that case, go ahead and give me a. We're gonna go with PP, or physical prowess. You know what you were doing, Palladium. A PP check. Your control is 20. Let me know if you pass it. If you pass it, I'll have to damage for you.
I did not pass it. Not even close.
I was gonna say, I don't think that big.
46.
Ooh. And that goes to my SDC first, right?
It's 13 damage. Now I will also allow you to do the ball move,
Okay.
which basically
Oh,
means
so I can,
you'll
like-
take it to your armor.
Okay.
So you realize you're gonna hit, so you roll into a tight little armadillo ball, and just slam into the ground, and just roll through traffic cones, through a couple of wheelbarrows, coming to a stop in a stack of concrete. And you kind of unfold as you crash. We kind of are taken back. We go back up to the unnamed sniper. We just see a woman, jet white hair down to the small of her back, tied up in a ponytail. She has a large eye patch over her, I think it would be her left eye, and she's just down on this large Dragonov rifle, eyeing in. She goes, I know I am not supposed to kill you, but at this point, you prove more of a threat. She's aiming in, her scope kind of centers down on you on the concrete when we hear a bunch of shots ring out. Boom, 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 from a 45 caliber. We see quite a ways out, almost like half a football field, just barely on the bridge, we see Bert McCluskey running up the bridge. He got left behind on the shore. He's been sprinting to get into this situation. And you see that he's heavily skilled. We keep going into that. He hasn't had a chance to show it. But he actually is holding his gun up probably about a 2 or 3 feet higher than where you would normally aim to get the correct drop on the bullets. And he is firing the bullets up to give supporting fire. They are careening in and just blam, 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 blam on the part of the bridge that she's hiding in. We hear pew, 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 pew. She has to duck. She starts to kind of swear in Russian. I don't know any Russian swears. But keeping Tex alive for the moment.
Das Vidanya.
I'm pretty sure that's good more. Isn't that goodbye?
I thought it was goodbye forever.
Is it goodbye forever?
I think
Goodbye
so.
forever. I don't think she'd say that if she was being shot at. So we're gonna cut over.
Russian swearers now.
We're gonna cut over to Roswell. Roswell, you're on the ship. You kind of surface from the water, coming back up to the ferry. You climb back up. You guys still have a few feet to go before you get there, and there's still plenty of panic
Where is
going
it
on the
headed?
ferry. What?
Where is it actually headed?
The ferry?
Yeah.
Just to the other side of the river.
Okay.
The south side of the Ohio River, basically. When you get onto, it's like a crossing ferry.
Yeah.
When you get onto the ferry, though, you can hear the gunshots in the distance, and Aubrey runs up to the railing. And if I recall correctly, all of this was happening in like the dead of fucking night. So basically, she's like, no. And you can see she's incredibly stressed out as she looks up at the bridge. You look up the bridge and you can see the flashes and hear the gunfire and the squealing and all sorts of noise coming from the bridge. The ferry is well within sight range of the bridge, so like it's not like you can't see it.
So I can see the truck.
You can't see the truck. Like the bridge is too far off for you to actually make out the truck, but you can see the shots and the muzzle flashes, and you know that they were headed for a bridge. She's like, it's my fault. It's my fault. It's my fault. We're stuck out here on this ferry, and it's my fault.
Listen, Aubrey. It's not your fault. But if they're on the bridge and we got off over there, it means them sons of bitches ditched us. Because they were parked when we got out. When I got out to go console her, the truck was parked, wasn't it?
This is true. You went after her first, but Bert had told them to go across the bridge.
Oh, okay.
and meet him on the other side, basically.
I gotcha. All right. Okay. Retract to that then.
No problem. No problem.
And I'm like, it ain't your fault, Aubrey. But we best go check that out.
She's like, I'm stuck in this damn ferry. I can't swim that fast. I'm not you.
I'm gonna try to hop in and have her hop on my back and give her a ride. Give her a ride
Yes!
to like right, the foot of the bridge, so that way we could just climb that embankment and be on.
What do you say to her to to explain this?
Want to go for a ride?
She looks at you and goes, "What do you mean?"
Come on. And I just hop in. I'm already in. So I just like invite her to hop on my scaly back.
She goes. She actually nods and goes, "Aw, hell yeah!" And jumps in and like lands on your back, wraps around the. Jackie must have laughed really hard because it cut her audio. She jumps on your back and wraps around your arm. You just start swimming on the surface. Then I'm assuming.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna dunk her.
You just start swimming around the surface. You just hear go woohoo! Give me a swim roll real quick.
Okay, please tell me she says Calabunga dude or something like
Is
that.
it still 20?
Cowabunga. Booyakasha. Is it still what?
20.
No. This is just a skill check, and you should have a really good swim.
Yeah, it's 90.
Yeah.
So, oh shit, wrong dice. Where's my box? There it is. I have the D20, not the 10s. Oh, I'm more than good.
Okay. You just fly through the water, heading to the base. The bridge is tall, though. It's really big, so you're going to have to, like, kind of climb up the side.
Yeah.
Do you have climb of any sort?
Highly doubtful. Oh, yeah, I do.
All right, give me a climb roll.
65.
But can he dance?
Dude, no way. My climb is 65 and I rolled a 64.
Nice. All right, you kind of look at it for a second, and she goes, "Now what?" And you're like, "I think I can figure this out." And you just start kind of like scaling it in the weirdest, wonkiest way that you can. Like brick over here, you're putting your finger into the grouts, like you're using your strength to kind of like take chips out of the concrete. And she's just kind of like, you feel her clench to your back as you kind of lift out of the water. Higher and higher, and she's like, "Oh man, please don't fail this."
I pull out one of my teeth and start using it as a hold.
So while that's going on, Tex, what do you do?
How far away am I from the truck?
Yeah, probably about 30 feet tops. Because you've been flung right, like pretty close to it.
I'm probably gonna make a beeline for the kids.
Okay.
For the
All
truck.
right. You start to make a beeline. You can hear sirens in the distance. That is for sure.
Okay.
Like, I mean, you guys have had a shootout in the middle of the night on a bridge, on a half construction closed bridge. There's no way that you guys wouldn't have CPD down on you, Cincinnati Police Department. So you make a beeline for the truck, and sure enough, you kind of climb into the open passenger door. No more shots come out. You're waiting for that shot to come out to connect with you, and no more shots come out, ring out. But you kind of get to the traffic. How much health do you have, by the way?
I'm about a little over half health. I have like 12 HP.
Oh wow! So you've taken HP damage.
Yeah.
Okay, Texas had a bad day. Got it. All right. So you kind of like you're limping almost like limping, dragging your mangled arm as you kind of like limp towards it. You're waiting for that final shot to ring out. It never actually comes. There's no more shots from Bert either, but there's no sniper round. You get there, you climb in. And Stella is just white knuckling the steering wheel. It's like breathing hard. And Lila is doing the same thing with the brakes under her, like a weird like kids trying to sneak into an R-rated movie theater sort of situation, but very serious and dire.
You girls all right?
She goes, yeah, I think so. But Ruby got pulled. Oh my God, what happened to your shoulder? As she turns and looks at you.
Well, it's been a rough evening, I'll tell you that. I look over and try to look for the gunner.
You don't see the gunner. You had pinpointed where the gunner was shooting from, but you had never actually seen the gunner. So you don't see the gunner. You're not 100% positive if they're still out there. I mean, remember, this is the dead of the night. The shots the gunner was making were truly impressive shots, period. Like, you would not expect that kind of thing, that kind of shooting. But you do, however, catch Bert McCluskey really just huffing and puffing as he runs down the bridge towards you guys.
Okay. I'll say to the girls, looks like we got a little reprieve for a second. Maybe you might be able to give me a hand bandaging these things up. I'm going to try and patch myself up as best I can. I do have first aid to see how much I can stabilize it.
Stella has first aid too. So Stella's going to grab some bandages. Like, you're trying to start, and she's like, hold on. I've got two good hands. Let me do this. And let's see what she gets. 44. So she stops the bleeding. She stabilizes the arm so that you can kind of use it. She wraps it nice. She puts some antibacterial in there. She actually probably uses, if it's first aid, she probably uses some of the fucking glue, the wound glue sort of shit, just to get you going. And wraps your arm. You're incredibly impressed with how well she can bandage wounds, but you have to remember that they've been living in a stump for years, so this is not new to her. She was obviously the caregiver of the trio. So she bandages you up as best as you can. I'm going to say that she's actually going to restore, like... we're going to say she restores, like, 6 hit points to you, because I mean it's just crude bandaging at this point.
Yeah.
But it still gets you to a point where you feel like you can get back to the motorcycle and get it off the ground.
Okay.
Give me really quickly. Still with control 20. Give me a We're gonna go mental affinity plus control.
Plus control of 20. Oh. So am I rolling under something, or am I just doing the D20 for this?
It's under. You're rolling a percentile. You're trying to get under your mental affinity plus your plus the control, which is currently 20.
Oh, in that case,
it's a percentile roll.
Yes, I did not make it.
Okay, how much did you not make it by?
About 22.
All right, I'm going to say you kind of notice a weird kind of like flicker of light where you think the sniper might have been. For a second, you think maybe it's like a reflection off a scope, and kind of do a quick duck, but no shot ever comes again. At this point, though, you do see an alligator basically climbing over the side of the bridge with Aubrey on his back. And Roswell, you climb over the bridge with Aubrey on your back. You see Tex is fucked up. He's bandaged, but he's fucked up. You see Bert moving for the truck. He actually yells out, "We gotta go! Cops are coming!" I do not want to have to...
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Go.
What the hell's going on, Aubrey? We better get over there.
Aubrey jumps off your back. She's like, "Thanks for the ride, big man." And then she rushes over to Tex. She's like, "Oh my God, Tex, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?"
I'll be just fine, little lady. Don't you worry one bit about me. We just need to get our doggies in gear and get out of here.
All right. At this point, Roswell, you get to the truck, drive. Everybody climbs into the truck. Bert double shifts, gets that sucker out of there. Even with the flat tire, he's able to truck it. And I'm gonna need a motorcycle check still, man. No minuses or anything, but you're still a wounded puppy trying to drive a motorcycle in the night.
Okay, I definitely made that one.
Yay! All right, this time you have a moment of like PTSD. Like, I've now fallen off this motorcycle twice in the course of 10 minutes, but you get over it and you get on that thing and get out of there. Meanwhile, basically, boom! We see a huge portal open. We see this girl. Find their names. Find their names. Who the fuck is that? Hold on one sec. 1, 2, 3, 4. Seven side. Okay. You see this portal pop open. You see a woman come through. She's actually wearing like white leather, kind of buttoned up in the front, that goes down past part of her hands and actually has a hood that kind of comes up. She also has kind of like she has black, just normal black kind of loose-fitting military pants. She comes through the portal with the large dude with the hooks. They fall on the ground. She lands. She goes, "We got a piggybacker! Prepare!" And then she jumps out of the way as we see an assorted people I will eventually describe all pick up different sorts of guns and point it at the portal. Ruby, I'm going to need you really quickly to give me a physical strength check to maintain your grip of your revolver. So that would be physical strength plus your control. You're rolling percentile and trying to get under the total.
There's that. Okay, here we go. I didn't get it.
Didn't get it? Okay. The revolver, you have no idea what happened to the revolver. You're pretty sure it went over the side of the bridge with you into the night. It is gone. Like so many other murder weapons, it is at the bottom of a river. It's just hanging out down there.
That's where all my murder weapons
go. So you no longer have your revolver. You are yanked into the portal, like we said. You end up popping out, crashing onto a wood floor, kind of rolling slightly and looking up just to a sea of cocking guns pointed at you at point-blank range.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of, do the whole fake, like, hold my hands up, like, okay, get it, guys, I get it.
You hear from behind them, another mutant. And you kind of like see behind them, you see the octopus, but he's got his shirt off to reveal his kind of weird, puffed out tentacle body, but it's got just this huge serrated wound that is slowly healing up. He actually has like a small IV of like green stuff that's being fed into one of his tentacles. It's like, don't fire on her. She's unharmed. And then you hear the chain guy from behind, and he's like, hell yeah, to hell with that. She shot me twice. Somebody do something about this. You hear the octopus go, 4, C to 2 hook, as quickly as possible. You see one old dude, just this old, he's the fixer, right? Yeah. You just see this older guy, he kind of, like, with a cane. He kind of has a military getup, but he has a cane. He slowly, like, clip-clops forward through the group. He's actually one of the guys holding a gun on you, and he's just holding, like, a kind of like an old school, like, 45, like, World War II style. He puts that down, kind of goes through. You see he's got a ton of scars on his face. He looks like Solid Snake from the old Metal Gear Solid games, but if that dude actually aged instead of was just ripped all the time. So he kind of walks over to Hook. He's like, oh, really got yourself fucked up. And by what? A little parakeet? That's hilarious. Two Hook, as we know him now, is like, would you shut up and patch me up? I lost a lot of blood. Like, all right. Let's get you over here. He looks at this other guy, smaller, very younger, kind of almost 20s, kind of a very thin, almost like a swimmer's body, who is holding like 2 Uzis on you at the same time, and also has sunglasses on, even though you guys are very clearly inside and it's nighttime. And he has a toothpick in his mouth. You see 4 go, Trip, help me. My hips are not what they were, and Hook's overuse of protein powder has made him quite hard to get to a table. And Trip's like, yeah, no problem, old man. I'm coming. And then he, like, puts the Uzis down, walks over and helps helps 4 take 2 Hook kind of into another room. You kind of get a second to acclimate yourself. You're in kind of just this large, what it looks like is an abandoned warehouse that they have repurposed as kind of like a temporary HQ for whatever operation they're running. So there's kind of like communication equipment and computer equipment and some temporary cots. And it's all just kind of set up around like tables and different boxes around this kind of just like old dusty warehouse. But yeah, so at this point the octopus steps forward towards you. The remaining people who have guns on you, you see one guy is straight up, he looks like a military cowboy commando. Like he has a cowboy hat, Stetson on. He actually has a old school revolver pointed at you, but he's got it in a hip fire position with his hand on the hammer, like he's gonna fan it on you. He also has 3 other revolvers, all in different pistol, like all in like those low slinging holsters, but alternating so that they're just hanging from different sides of him. And he has a poncho over all of this. He's just kind of watching you. Then there's of course the woman in white. She stands up. She looks at the octopus. She goes, Ocho, what do you need me to do next? He looks, he goes, retrieve one eye. Before she makes a mistake, she can't take back. At that point, she's like, all right, no problem. At this point, you see her, the girl in white, kind of make some hand gestures and start to chant something. Can you give me an IQ IQ control check? So that's IQ plus the control, which is still 20, and you're trying to get under it.
And I got it.
Oh, good job. She's casting spells. Like you didn't know that they existed, but I guess you fought a ghost less than 24 hours ago, so here you go. But she's actually like, you see her do this with her hand gestures and chant, and then that portal opens and she steps through. Woof, and she's gone. You see another person kind of standing in the back. It's a girl. She's very she looks kind of like Michelle Rodriguez from Fast and the Furious.
She's pretty hot.
She is pretty hot. She's holding just a straight up like machine gun on you, and then I think that's all of them. Yeah, that's all of them.
So I'm still holding my hands up at him,
Yeah.
and I'm going to, of course, remark, really, guys? A little bird, and you have all these guns?
The octopus steps forward and he goes, I've seen what you did to Two Hook. He is no pushover. We would be stupid, absolutely stupid, to underestimate you. And we've already done that once today. Now, if you don't mind, putting your hands out so that you may be bound. We have no intention of doing you harm or harm to anybody who is not part of the contract.
Oh, if you don't do any harm, then why do I need my hands bound?
Unfortunately, you are an enemy combatant, and now you will be treated as a prisoner of war. Thankfully for you, we are much nicer to our prisoners than most standing governments.
So we're in war. I never got a letter saying that we were going to war.
Unlike standing governments, we don't send letters. Now please put your hands out. I would hate to have to shoot you.
Think you're gonna have to shoot me.
What? Are you saying that to him?
I'm exactly saying that to him.
Oh, Jackie, give me a IQ.
She is a person that would say it.
Give me IQ plus control, and I'm upping your control to 30.
Okay.
Because I don't want this game to get real dark real fast.
And I got it. I just rolled 2. I rolled only a 33.
Alright, he steps forward, and he goes, "We do not bluff, ma'am." And you can see in his eyes, he will have you shot, and you will die if you do not surrender your hands.
How about we strike a deal? Okay? I'll keep my hands where you can see them. If you just don't bind them.
At this point, he motions with one hand. The gunslinger brings up his gun and puts it to your head. Surrender your hands. Last chance. And this is truly your last chance.
So you're going to shoot a bird without a weapon?
Yes, I am. Put your hands up.
I say, you're the biggest wimp I've ever seen, but here you go. And I give him my hand.
Alright, when you give him your hands, he motions again. The girl dressed like the girl who looks like Michelle Rodriguez. Right? The director of Spy Kids comes up and binds your hands. She comes around. She snaps handcuffs on your wrist. They're not even normal handcuffs. They're like military issue, very like shackles, so to speak. She then, once your hands are nice and secure, she gets low and shackles your feet together as well. Enough to shuffle, but not enough to move or walk.
Alright, guys. Really? My feet too? You said just my hand.
He doesn't answer you at all. He tells her, take her in the other room. Make sure she is secure. He turns to the guy, the cowboy, and he goes, "For now, you watch her until we decide on another plan of action." And at that point, the guy with the gun puts the gun to your back and goes, "Walk that way." I'm sorry, he'd be all cowboy. Walk that way. Nice and easy.
I try to shuffle my feet to follow along with what they're doing.
You follow along. They're very professional about everything. You end up in a back room, and he just kind of sits down with you, with the gun on you at all times, until somebody's going to relieve him. And yeah, Do you want to say anything else before we switch off from you?
Yes, I would look at him and go, so do I get any entertainment in here, or do I just have to stare at the wall?
He looks directly and goes. He looks directly at you and goes, "It's a pretty entertaining wall." And at that point, we switch off to you guys. You guys have managed to escape police capture, so to speak. Once you escape, you end up at the rest stop that he had planned to meet with you guys just outside of Cincinnati on the other side of the bridge. Everybody gets down, and immediately you can see Aubrey is beside herself. She's like, you could tell she's like blaming herself for the entire situation. She ran away. She allowed them to get trapped without, like, everybody was split up. They could have taken it, that sort of thing. At the same time, Stella's blaming herself for letting emotions get to her and fighting with Aubrey in the first place. So you've got these two girls who just totally believe they're the problem whatsoever. Whereas they kind of walk off to themselves at the rest stop. At the same time, Bert's just kind of like breathing hard, and Lila just comes over to him and goes, "Mr. Bert?" And he goes, "Yeah." "We can't leave Ruby behind, can we?" He goes, No, I reckon we can't." He looks back
Where
at
is Ruby?
He looks back at Roswell and goes, "She got took by them."
Where could they have taken her? We're on a bridge.
Yeah, I don't know. One of them's got some sort of portal powers or something. I don't know. I mean, at this point, nothing surprises me.
You know anything about these varmints?
Give me a really quick mental affinity check. Your control is back up to 40 now.
Oh, I definitely pass it.
Definitely? Okay. You can tell he does, but he's not sure that he wants to say anything. Like, you can tell him considering what he's going to tell you guys.
Said she was taken through a portal?
Yeah, portal. I'm not
I've read about those things. The governments have been working on this high technology for years. Keeping it a secret from the people.
She got abducted by aliens! And he goes, no. I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that.
Yeah, that's what people think. That's what people say. That's why we're all snowballed into this life that we think it's... We're in the Matrix, folks.
He turns back to you and goes, "All right, Roswell, I need you to calm down for just a second. And can you tell me what happened on the ferry?"
Yeah, swam out there to talk to Aubrey. The goddamn octopus jumped out of the water, tried to take her. I fought the sumbitch off, and he got away, though. He inked me.
You can see that he's visibly bothered when you say an octopus. He goes, "An octopus."
Maybe a squid. I don't know. I didn't count the legs.
He goes, all right. Thanks, Roswell. All right.
Probably just didn't try and eat the legs.
All right, I need a smoke. And then he steps out of the cab now to smoke, too.
I'll tell you, Tex, I would have given it a shot, but he was a slippery son of a bitch.
Got a taste for calamari, huh? Well, you might get another chance here pretty soon.
I was trying it. My teeth tasted it, but not these teeth.
So it's just me and Roswell in the truck now, right?
Yeah. Aubrey and Stella have walked off to self-loathe, to give themselves a good self-loathing. And, well, no, Lila's there. Lila's there. Super happy Lila's there. Although she isn't super happy right now. You could tell, because she's she's still the youngest of the group, so she's like, this is not fun. None of this is fun. Like, she's not crying or anything, but she's just kind of staring at the two of you.
How you faring, goddess?
She kind of goes, I don't know. I don't know. My sisters are upset, and they're fighting, but they're also fighting because they think it's their fault, and then we lost that pretty birdie. She's so pretty, and I want the birdie back. But she got caught because she was trying to protect us. And now we're here, and I feel like this has something to do with the general, and I don't know what to do. And honestly, I didn't get to eat any of the Skyline chili, and I really wanted to eat the Skyline chili. It sounded really good.
I look around to see if there's a vending machine at this rest stop.
Yeah, there's definitely a vending machine.
Can I give her like a couple of like bucks to go to the vending machine?
Yeah, you definitely can. Do you have a couple bucks?
I don't know.
I don't think any of you have money. You could. I mean,
check the glove box.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll get lucky.
Just steal it from Bert.
McCluskey's the one who got us into this.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. Well, not this specific part. This specific part is the girls. Because it's from Braddock. You can't blame McCluskey for that one. Other than the location of being in Cincinnati.
I'll check the seats for quarters, see if I can't find something. Well, no. Listen, Lila. Why don't you go ask Bert for $1 or two? Go get yourself a soda pop at that over yonder that vending machine. I know it ain't the same as that Skyline chili, but you know I know you love that soda pop.
She goes, okay, all right, soda's good. And then she goes, ask Bert. Bert definitely gives her the money and goes off. You see Bert still smoking, trying to. You can see Bert's doing complex human mathematics in his head. Like, he definitely knows something about what is going on right now, and he is trying to, in his head, figure out how to resolve the situation.
I'm going to turn to Roswell and say, listen, I think Bert's a good fella, but he's got a long history on who knows which side of the path, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
He knows something,
Full
and he's
secrets.
full of secrets that we could really use a little info on right now, I think. I mean, you fought a octopus man, and some insane sniper took a shot at me that I still don't know where she was hiding. I don't know how she pulled that off. I think we need to have a heart-to-heart with Bert and just lay it out that we need to know what's going on.
I agree with you, Tex. Prying this information out of these people is the hard part.
Yes, the mistrust. Yes, feed me. All right, we're gonna switch back over to Hope Child. After a little while, you're in the room for a while. You just kind of sit there, and then the girl comes back in, looks at the cowboy and goes, "He says leave her. She's fine. We've got a plan for the next phase." He goes, "Alrighty." And he turns back to you and goes, "You be good now, little lady."
And where am I supposed to go?
It's like, And then he just walks out with her, leaving you alone in the room.
I'm going to start observing to find and see if there's anything that I can maybe snaggle to where I can work the cuffs to where I can keep them to where they look like they're on, but I would be able to have them out if I needed to do anything.
Do you have the escape artist skill? There is actually a skill for escape artist.
Escape artist.
Do you have lockpick? Do you have anything in that?
Yeah,
area?
I have lockpick. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Do you have the escape
have,
artist skill?
And I actually have the advanced lockpick too, so that's good.
The advanced lockpick. fuck is the advanced
Yeah.
lockpick? Now I gotta look that up.
I don't know. It says it.
I believe you.
Because I
believe
had the basic. I had the basic one, and then I had the advanced one because I upgraded it. You said.
Chat is having fun today. Hi, chat. All of you wonderful people. Let me just look to find the advanced lockpick and figure out what that specifically means.
Yeah. Because you said when I upgraded it, it said it was the advanced level. I don't know. You told me to put advanced level.
I believe you. I 100%. You don't have to keep convincing me. I believe you. I just need to understand why I said that, and I don't know.
I'm scrolling through the PDF right now. There's a billion mentions of various different types. There's even an automatic lockpick tool in this book.
Fantastic.
It's called a power drill.
Wait a second. I think it's because locksmith. Okay. All right. What did you say the percentage was?
I'm at 40%
40%.
for my lockpick.
Your lockpick. I do not know why I had you write advanced. I'm gonna have to look a little bit closer.
Could it be that she upgraded it or something?
I did. Yeah, I did upgrade it.
Oh, wait. I got it. Okay. I see. I told you to put advanced because you advanced it. Now I understand.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Because the way we're leveling is until you spend 6 tokens, you can't level the
Right.
same thing up again. So that's
right,
why I
yeah.
had you mark it. I was like, what is it? There's a locksmith skill and there's a lockpick skill, and I'm like, wait, what? Did I mean the locksmith? No, I've got the pick locks. I got it right here. It takes D6 melee rounds for each attempt to pick a lock. A failed roll means the lock holds. Try again. Base skill. Okay. All right. You don't have escape artist though, right?
Escape artist. Hold on. No, I don't have that one.
All right. Go ahead and give me a Give me IQ. However, your control is lower than theirs. We're gonna put your control at a 30.
Okay. Alrighty, here we go. Yes, I got it.
Okay. All right. So you're kind of looking around this room, and it's just like an empty warehouse room, but there's a lot of dust and some debris. Excuse me, guys. Sorry.
Is that how dusty it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Scene.
There you go. And you're kind of going through things, trying to find a lockpick, something that would be suitable as a lockpick. And it's pretty difficult because there's a lot of wood, there's a lot of old wood, a lot of old plaster, stuff like that. And finally you find this old metal, like it must have been like a bracket that you think you can maybe, if you chip at it, peel a piece of metal off to pick a lock. But it's going to take time, and it's going to take some prowl and stealth rolls to do it without being noticed. But if you can get that free, I'll give you the pick lock roll. So right now we're going to do a prowl check.
Yeah. So my prowl. Okay. So my prowl, I'm going to do that, and then also with my control as well.
No. Just prowl. When
Just
it's a skill,
prowl?
it's just
Okay.
prowl. Control only comes in when I'm asking for a straight stat check. I'm gonna guess you get it. Okay, cool.
Yes,
So
I did.
you start to work at it. Kind of like trying to pull a piece of metal off. You actually get a piece of metal off, but it ends up being too shallow, so you won't be able to get into the pick, and you're like, shit! And then you got to start again. It's real tedious, obnoxious work that you're not sure you'll be able to pull off, but you keep working at it. At this point, though, you do realize while you were looking around and finding this bracket that this is a dilapidated, old, abandoned warehouse, and the walls are not what they once were. And let's face it, they once were pretty shitty. So there's holes in the walls and stuff. So you can actually hear what's going on in the main part of the room where they've set up, if you would like to listen in.
I think in between me working on getting that, I'm going to, like, when I take my breaks to, of course, keep myself to where I'm not overwearing myself out on trying to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I will listen in, and get pieces and parts.
Okay, all right. Give me let's see here. Actually, I'm gonna do a prowl for that one too.
Okay. And I got it.
Okay. You okay, so you kind of saddle up at one point when you're trying to balance it, right? You're trying to balance it between getting a piece of metal free that's suitable enough to attempt the lockpick and getting information that's useful and not just them talking, right? So here's what you glean. The guy with the gun that was on you, the cowboy, he is called Six Gun. Super original. You actually get all of their names, basically. We already knew some of them. The old man's four. Trip is the guy with the Uzis. Two Hook was the big dude with the hooks that pulled you out that you shot a bunch of times. You also hear a Russian voice, a Russian female voice. You kind of listen at one point when you see like a pop of light again when that girl comes back, the teleporter magic caster girl. The Russian voice belongs to a woman called One Eye. And then the actual girl in white that casts the teleportation spells, she is called Seventh Sign. You're detecting a naming theme, basically. Very clearly. And you do actually finally get the octopus's name is Ocho. Just Ocho. So yeah, you do hear them talking, and you try and make mental notes of that. And I do want to say try and make mental notes, because I'm going to give you this one warning once. If you ever want to remember something in a game, you're going to have to roll for it unless you made a note of it. Just letting you know.
About that.
Yeah. Phil Billy recently had to deal with it. So if you think it's important, you might want to note it down. So at this point, you do hear them kind of like go over some plans. And from what you glean is that they are actually here to get the girls. They are here for General Braddock, but they seem to be outside contractors of some sort. There is some mention of killing you, specifically from the Russian voice, but it is immediately shot down by Ocho, who has no interest in killing a unarmed prisoner. And actually, when the Russian girl gets back, there is a big fight between her and Ocho about her potentially attempting to kill somebody that she shouldn't have.
Is she just a human?
Yeah. They're all just humans. Except for Ocho.
Right. Okay, so as I'm also thinking about this, as I'm thinking, I'm like, trying to get the metal to do the pick lock and stuff like that. It's starting to take a bit of time.
Yeah.
So I, of course, I'm trying to think how, of course, because Ruby is a survivor, she's going to think, because, again, when she was looking around the room, she realized that this is not the normal, strong built warehouse and stuff like that. And I can see that there's, some, things not where it should be and stuff. I'm going to slowly but surely take my hands, and I'm going to try and maybe find some loose rocks or bricks or anything inside the wall, and I'm going to slowly start kind of like nicking at it.
You're gonna try and tunnel your way out?
Exactly. I'm gonna try and get it to where then I can get out somehow.
All right. Give me you don't have escape artist. So intelligence control.
Okay. And the control for that one is going to be what? Is it going to be the 40?
It's 30.
30? Okay.
You're currently at a 30.
I missed it by 1.
I saw that too. Missed it by 1. Okay.
Missed it by 1.
You're pretty strong for a bird. We've discussed that. However, as weak as some portions of this building are, you are in a room that's up against the exterior of it, but the exterior is not going to give to what you can do, so to speak. You try to get at some grout, and it's old grouting, and you could potentially get through it eventually if you had like a tool or something. You don't have a tool. You're not strong enough to punch your way through it or even dig your way out. Let me put it that way. Like you could, however, I will give you this for free because you missed the roll. You could potentially punch your way through one of the side walls of this room, but that might not get you anything because they'll hear it and you're still in the warehouse. But like the internal walls are real thin, but the exterior wall is still pretty thick.
Okay. Okay, so with the way that would Ruby recognize the way that they took her in the back? Because would she notice the way that they took the 2-hook to bandage him up and stuff like that? Would she know if she went the opposite way through the walls that it wouldn't be going towards them?
Yeah, probably. But again, your feet are still shackled, so they're gonna be able to run you down if this is a warehouse.
Right.
We're gonna cut back over to them for now. Let you think. I love all the problem solving you're doing. You're really working hard to get out of that situation. So Tex and Roswell, you kind of step out of the truck. Bert is halfway through his second smoke. Got a nice active chat today. Nice active chat. Guys, I can't respond to all this because there's no way I could and still play the game. But thank you all for chatting. So Roswell, Tex, you guys step out of the truck. Bert is halfway through his second cigarette, deep in contemplation of the situation.
Bert, I think we need to have a little heart-to-heart here.
It's like, yeah, I think so. I definitely think so.
We need some answers, Bert.
All right. You guys seem very upset. It's making me kind of nervous.
It's just my voice.
Nobody's going to eat you. All right?
It's just my voice. Just my voice. This is how I sound all the goddamn time. He goes, all right. What do you guys want to know?
Who the heck were those people shooting at us?
Look,
It seems awful lot like if you don't know, you got a real good idea, but you're a little nervous about saying something, and well, this might be a little weird to say, but Ruby, well, she was not just... She's one of us. I've only met one other mutant, and he's been trying to... I've been a little concerned about him eating me half of this entire road trip. I'd like to keep the only other person that knows what I am and how we all are in one piece.
Out of game, you have met like 3 other mutants. You realize that, right? Because this is the second time you've said that.
I guess it's true.
I'm like, there's the Fanged one, there's Longhorn, there's Ocelot, there's tons of other mutants that you fought.
The only one that hasn't tried to kill me, that is. She's
Okay.
been the nicest of them.
Okay.
One's been trying to eat me, and the rest of them have been trying to hunt me down.
He
Just so you know, Tex, I'd never eat you. I've smelled you.
he goes.
I don't even know. I don't even know. You got another one of those cigarettes?
He goes, I got plenty. I honestly didn't think you smoked, but you're an armadillo that talks, so I don't know why I just assumed. I will say this. I'm not trying to keep anything from you on this. I wasn't 100% positive of who it is, and I wanted to be sure, but I'm pretty sure if Roswell fought an octopus, that it's the 848.
What in tarnations is the 848?
Look,
What
848.
kind of government code is that?
He goes, it's not a government code. I'm kind of shocked. I don't know how in the world we have somehow attracted every one of the ghost stories and like legends in military, but we have. The 848 is one of them. It's another ghost story, deep lore ghost story from the military. Apparently, it's made up of all of these groups of defunct experimental commandos from all around the world, like people who were in weird like magic units and units that were specifically designed for a certain type of infiltration, and for whatever reason they got really good at what they were. That unit either got wiped out or defunded or whatever, and these are the remnants of those. So just like basically commando super freaks. As far as what and they're all led by an octopus, a mutant octopus. He's one of the earliest documented mutants. At least I never believed it was a real thing, but once I met you guys, now it kind of checks out.
Well, that's just fantastic. I take off my little cowboy hat and throw it on the ground.
He goes, your child-sized cowboy hat. He goes, they're mercenaries. They work for money. From what I understand, they don't love collateral damage, but they always get the job done.
Well, you say they're not feds, but Tex said they took Ruby through some sort of portal. How could they get their hands on that kind of tech?
Bert just shakes his head at you and goes, contrary to popular belief, the CIA does not have teleportation devices, Roz. I'm sorry, that's just not a conspiracy theory that checks out.
Sounds like you're getting your information from the CIA themselves. That's what they'd want you to think.
Well, if the CIA doesn't have teleportation devices, if they are some aliens or whatever, 648, whatever, they got something. They got it from somewhere, and it went somewhere. They took their hooked fella and Ruby through this big white portal. What the heck was that all about, and where'd they go?
They're in Cincinnati. They have to be. They found some sort of temporary headquarters. From what I understand, they like to pick abandoned places that they can easily use without being bothered, places that are relatively defensible. That's where they took her.
That actually sounds a bit like home, actually.
Does she
Except
have a
more
tag?
swampy.
Does she have a tag? Any sort of tracking device we could use to ping her location?
Bert looks at you and goes, do you have a tag? Do you think I tag everybody who gets in my semi-truck?
No, not you. Come on, haven't you ever seen the wild birds, the government agencies? They go out there, they tag the birds, they track their migration patterns. Come on, Bert.
He's like, no. He's like, I don't believe that Ruby has a tag. And I don't believe that the government tags common sparrows, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Pretty sure that's mostly for endangered animals.
It's the park systems, Bert. It's all... I'll teach you eventually.
It's like, all right, big guy. All right.
I feel like you're the one who was born a few weeks ago.
Where it's like, maybe I was. I certainly was not expecting to be fighting super commandos. Look, this is an uphill battle, guys. I want to get Ruby out, but there's 8 of them. We don't know what they can do. We've already seen one teleports, another one has weird hooks, and another one is an amazing shot. And then, of course, there's the octopus.
Yeah, I tangled with the octopus guy. He ain't so tough.
Well,
I would
that's...
have had him if he didn't ink me.
Bert actually giggles. He inked you?
Oh, he fucking inked me.
So,
Thick.
he sprayed ink goo in your face.
It was thick and disorienting as fuck. Couldn't even swim straight.
That is really funny for some reason. But look,
Because he was scared.
even if we doped up the girls, I don't see a way that we win this.
Why are we doping up the girls now?
Not with the mutagen.
Give them their magic powers and whatnot. Well,
I
look,
thought you
I'm
were
not.
talking like fentanyl. Yeah, sorry.
He's like, he just looks at you. He's like, you thought I was going to give them fentanyl? How would that help us get the sparrow back?
I was confused myself.
All right. He goes, so seriously, I'm not exactly sure how we do this, especially in your condition. He points at your arm. He's like, you can barely raise your gun arm, let alone make a frontal assault. Roswell's looking good, but he can't take 8 of them. And then he slaps his belly. He's like, I've got a little fight left in me, but I'm not taking any, 8 super special commandos.
Oh, look, maybe we don't have to take them. Maybe we just have to get our bird back and get on the road.
We needs to at least
Sneak in.
find her.
He's like, you're right about that. You're right about that. You can see, Bert is a relatively nice guy, but he's also a very logical pragmatist. You can tell that from everything you've seen of him so far, and you can definitely see the consideration of, we just met this Bert, do we have to do this? Is definitely in the back of his head. But he's like, no. You're right. We gotta get her back. I think I can figure out where she is. Just give me some time with the GPS. And then he actually looks at Tex. He's like, you got some good navigation skills. If you want to help me, we might be able to narrow down their best, most indefensible position.
All right, let's get to it.
Okay. Back with Hope Child. Hope Child.
Yep.
Okay, so you picked at the wall for a while. You're still messing with the metal, trying to get the metal apart, still listening in. Most of the conversation has been kind of in part, back and forth, not really important. But you do start to catch a very specific part of chat when not with Ocho. With Ocho. You actually hear what you believe is Seventh Sign, and she's like, Ocho, I'm not so sure about this. I mean, this is getting a little crazy. You just hear Ocho go, right, you know the price. It's the last bit we need. Then we can be done. You hear Seventh Sign go, yeah, but we also have scruples, and I have a tendency to believe, he goes, no, there's nothing to believe. It is a simple capture. We're not going to kill them, and we will only kill enemy combatants when they attack us. It'll be okay, Seventh, and then we will be done. The 848 can finally live up to its potential. And you hear Seventh Sign go, yeah, of course. We have never seen you get messed up like that. He's like, I underestimated the alligator. That was on me. I will not do that a second time. He goes, yeah, I know, but I don't know. This is just starting to feel bad. He goes, no. Check on the bird. It will be all right. And thankfully, you heard the check on the bird part, so you could hide your little piece of metal. And once you hide the piece of metal, in walks the girl with the white leather coat. Once you can see her face, you actually see that she's got two different colored eyes. One of them is red, and the other one is just gray. When she walks in, which is surprising. It takes you back a little bit, but she steps in. She goes, "I'm just here to check on you. Are you doing all right?"
I'm doing okay. I mean, is there anything I can help you guys with to kind of get me out of this room?
She goes, "Actually, there is something you can help me specifically with." And then she pulls a box over, puts it in front of you, and sits down.
Finally, someone to talk to.
She kind of smiles at you and goes, yeah, someone to talk to. I mean, they don't like to use me as a frontline person for obvious reasons. So they're going to plan something to go after your friends again. And I thought I'd rather talk to you before that happens.
I can be a simple person.
She just, she goes, "We were contracted to bring these girls back to a general."
The girls. Oh, those little people that were in the vehicle. Got it.
She stops and she goes, "I see. Okay. Well, if you want to play that way, that's fine."
No, ma'am. I'm just letting you know, I'm new to this group. I just saw them at this restaurant. I figured I could catch a ride to the next destination.
All right.
Then somebody tried to attack me. I was just defending myself.
Maybe I'm reading this wrong. Jackie, did you mean to, like, play dumb with her?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Because I was about to say, your sparrow would know what children are, and I just wanted to make sure that wasn't the issue.
Yeah. No.
Okay, all right, cool. I just want to make sure. She goes, "Yes, yeah, I know. We've been following you for some time.
You're following me?
Surveillance, so to speak. Not you specifically, but the truck."
Oh, the truck. Yeah. They just told me I needed to drive it across the bridge. Those girls jumped in the truck with me, and I got attacked.
So you don't know their story at all?
Story about what?
About what they're doing with the mutant animals, what they're doing with Bert. She would say what they're doing with Mr. McCluskey, what they're doing, why this general wants them.
Honey, who are you talking about? Mr. McCluskey? Who?
She's like, all right, that's fine. That's too bad. I would have liked to know more about their story. And then she gets up and turns.
I'm sorry, I can't help you. I told you, I'm new to this. I literally saw these people at a restaurant. I was starving. I was hiding in the kitchen, and I thought I could catch a ride.
She's like, yep. She just kind of like looks at you and goes, yeah. Then they haven't said anything to you in the last 36 hours that you've been traveling together.
I've been told many times by those girls, I'm pretty, is what they told me.
Okay. I just wanted to get more out of their backstory. I have a bad feeling about this contract, personally.
So, can I get out of here?
No. Not until Ocho gives the command. He's still
But
our leader.
I'm at no use to you.
She's like, no, but you'll end up with them again, and we'll end up fighting you. Because, let's face it, you're lying a little bit, and I can't let you go. And I'll be honest with you, Ruby, is that your name, Ruby? I'll be honest with you, Ruby. Even if I completely believed you, I'm not going to do anything that Ocho doesn't say. We all of us here,
So
owe Ocho our lives.
okay, well, is there any way maybe I can have a conversation with this Ocho guy?
I'll ask him if he can spare some time for you. He is planning to, like I said, to get your friends.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I just caught a ride with him. I mean, I didn't know we were friends, but okay.
She stops and she goes, I'm not quite sure if you're trying to play me right now or if you're not, but I'm going to make this very clear. Right now, he's not going to take the risk of letting you go because you could be an enemy combatant and you would be another number for their side. I will say this, no harm will come to you, and once we finish the contract, he will let you go. But until that time, he's just not going to do it, and you're going to have to come to terms with that. Unless, of course,
I
you
just have something to do in here. It's kind of boring.
Well, like I said, we could have a conversation about your friends.
Okay, I can tell you their names. I can tell you their age.
I know their names and their age. I want to know why the general wants them.
Because they're girls?
What? She just looks at him and goes, no, that's not the reason. But, like I said...
So you guys have a contract. You're telling me to get these girls, and you don't even know why you're getting them?
No, we're mercenaries.
Usually, when I've always been told that mercenaries do jobs, they're told why they're doing the job.
You were told incorrectly. Mercenaries get paid, they do the job. That's how it works.
So you guys get paid to be quiet?
No, we get paid to exfiltrate 3 girls, in this particular case, to a location of the payer's choice.
Gotcha. Well, see, that just seems like a terrible job. If I'm getting paid for something, I want to know why I'm doing it.
Okay, well, that's you.
Well, I'm just saying, maybe in the future, if you do a job, you might want to ask why you're doing it.
We want to be done. We've been wanting to be done for a while.
So you're saying this is your last job?
If it goes to plan, yes.
Well, I could probably help you maybe make it a little faster.
Yes, you can, with information.
So if you let me hang out with them, I can get you the information.
No. And then she just turns and walks away because she's not getting anything out of you. So she just turns and walks away. Okay, so give me another prowl check with your little metal piece of metal.
Okay, here we go. And I got it. I got a 19. I'm so excited.
Okay, so you're still prowling. You get that piece off. You finally get a piece off, and you're like, "Oh, I could pick with this. I could pick with this."
I'm gonna start picking.
Which do you want to pick first? Shackles or your hands?
We're getting the feet first.
Feet first. All right, go ahead and give me a lockpick check, but we're gonna switch off real quick. Tex, give me a navigation check.
Right. And where's my navigation? Okay. Then, what was the control?
What?
Control.
You guys are at 50, right? No, but the skill doesn't... Control doesn't factor into skill rolls. Just stat rolls.
Okay. Oh, okay, gotcha. I did not make it.
Oh, no.
I'm rolling so bad tonight.
Oh, no. No. Okay. Now let's see if Bert can pick it up.
I hope so. How do you work this weird Gyps. Doohickey. I don't know.
Gyps, the old gyppers. All right, Bert's got it. You guys go over the GPS. You're not really as useful as you'd like to be, but he actually finally finds kind of like he's like this warehouse right here, and it's a warehouse. It's a waterfront warehouse on the Ohio River. Definitely old, run down, hasn't been in service for a couple of years. He's like, this is going to be the one. It's defensible. There's water on one side. It's the outside of it, the structure is still solid. This will definitely be the one they use. But we still got a serious problem because, like I said, there is 8 of them and 3 of us. And if I'm being real honest with myself, there's really 2 of us because you and I are a half.
We can infiltrate this tactically, Bert. Does the sewer
Says the
system,
barbarian alligator.
Does the sewer system to these buildings lead out into the river?
He actually smiles when you say that. He goes, well, hell, yes, it does. He points at like one of the like little like ports on the warehouse. He goes, right here, you could probably gain access from the river. That honestly, that's probably why they picked it, because of, the octopus. Somebody giggles somewhere.
I'm sure that I could use the river as a means of entrance to their hideout, and if nothing else, cause a distraction long enough for the 2 halves of you to retrieve Ruby.
At this point, he goes, now, big guy, you're big, but that's kind of a suicide mission, don't you think?
I didn't say I have to fight my way through all 4 of them. Is it 4?
8 of them.
There's 8.
I didn't have to say I had to fight my way through all 8 of them. But if I can cause enough ruckus, it may draw them away from wherever they're holding her, leaving only one watching over her, which I'm sure the 2 of you could handle that. And I'd have the river as an escape.
Well, that octopus might be something of cumbersome even in the river.
Yeah, but I get the feeling he's the only one that can swim like that. So if it's down to just me and him, then I stand a chance of getting away.
This isn't a terrible plan. What do you say, Bert?
It's not terrible. Still a Hail Mary. He points at the map again, though, and he goes, I think there is a way you and I can get in, at least onto the roof undetected. If he's making a ruckus at the bottom, maybe we're lucky enough that they're keeping them up on the second floor, second or third floor. We might be able to move in the opposite direction. And last time I checked, and he's like, well, because he doesn't know, he's like, and I hope the bird's wings aren't for show.
It might be a Hail Mary, but let's be honest, it wasn't ever going to be anything other than that.
I must admit I'm slightly offended that you folks seem so surprised that I came up with a somewhat intelligent idea.
Bert puts his hand up and goes, no, I don't mean any offense by that, big guy. Seriously, I just, I didn't even think about the sewer angle.
Yeah, what Bert said.
Alright, so is that the plan then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be smartest to leave the girls out of this situation if in fact, Bert, you think that girls are the target.
It's like girls are definitely the target, and we should 100% leave them out. At this point, you hear from behind you, the hell? And it's Aubrey. She has been listening to this entire conversation. She snuck back. She's like, you think you're going to leave me out of this?
Sneaky one.
Yeah, I'm a sneaky one. Damn sneaky. You gotta be sneaky in the wild, motherfucker. She looks at Bert and she goes, this is my fault. I split us up. I'm the only reason that Ruby got captured in the first place. You can't leave me or Horsey out of this. Just for everybody in the thing, Horsey is a small miniature wooden bat that she has with stickers all over it. It's like, I'm going. If for no other reason than to ride the alligator again.
Right, this time we're going underwater.
At this point, Lila comes back nervous.
What's the matter, goddess?
She goes, I had the soda, and I enjoyed the soda. It was really good, but I can't find Stella anywhere.
Well, that's just great.
This game should be called, like, Impromptu Parents. Like, Impromptu
I
Parents.
know.
Like, let's fight these evil villains while trying to keep these 3 girls alive. Yeah, but yeah. She's like, Stella's gone. I don't know where she is. Aubrey's like, oh, that idiot. You see Aubrey's
When's
really
the last
bothered.
time you saw her there?
You guys all saw her at the same time when she got off the truck. When she was stewing and Aubrey was stewing.
Didn't you
Wait,
go follow her?
Aubrey's like,
does
no.
Stella still have the goop? The goo, the ooze, the green, the goddess juice.
At this point, Lila goes, no, actually, that's kind of the problem. And then she pulls out the half crushed up water bottle with the pond water with the mutagen that they use for the powers. And she goes, I hate to tell you guys, but I'm pretty good with knowing how much liquid is in here. And it's lower than before.
Looks like Stella already is beating us to the punch.
Aubrey goes,
we don't have much time to waste.
Aubrey goes, where'd you find it? And she goes, it was just sitting next to the vending machine. Aubrey looks right at you, Tex, and goes, she put it somewhere we were going to find it.
Well,
she's doing something stupid. She's doing something stupid because of me. Sisters!
Well, listen here, Albert. She may not be doing something wise, but it certainly isn't because of you. All right? We'll get that settled here in a second, but right now we need to go get Stella, get a bird, and get the heck out of Dodge.
Bert's like, yeah. And then he goes in the back. You see, he kind of moves like this little rug he had in the sleeper. And then he puts a key into a lock, opens a secret compartment on the back, pulls out AR-12 just out of there, like a full assault rifle, locks in a clip. He's like, all right, let's do this. And then steps down. He puts his hat on backwards. Bert's in fight mode. Hat goes on backwards. He looks at Roswell and goes, all right. You get in position on the river, and give us about 20 minutes to get on the roof, and then make your move, whatever that's gonna be.
Like the plan's in motion. So, but what about Aubrey and Lila?
Aubrey's like, I am freaking going. Do you understand me? I'm going. At that point, there is old school karate chop right to the back of the neck. She never sees it coming. Just whack! And you just see she just like collapses forward and Bert catches her. He just does this perfect like old school anime karate chop to the back of the neck. And then he's like, sorry, kiddo. And then just picks her up, kind of like hands her to Roswell and goes, put her in the back. Lila's like, why would you do that? Why would you hit her? Bert kind of looks at her and goes, Lila, I know you're young, but you and I both know she was asking for it. I was like, All right, and then like walks in to watch Aubrey.
Can we? Is there any sort of compartments that Bert has rigged in this? Like obviously he has some guns.
Yeah, he's got some guns and
caching.
equipment down there, but you can't like hide kids in it, unfortunately.
What about if we just put them in the trailer?
You could put them in the trailer and be totally fine. Yeah.
It might be safer just in case anyone comes snooping in the truck.
True. This is true. All right. Bert agrees with you. Puts them in the trailer. They're in there. Leaves the mutagen with them, and then you guys head out to attempt to save Ruby. So we're gonna switch back to Ruby. Ruby, give me a lockpick roll for your shackles on your feet.
Okay, I pass.
Yay!
Pass.
You actually
Yay.
you plink one of the shackles free, and you're like yes. But as you're yes, you start to hear footsteps coming down the hall.
So I'm gonna try and kind of make it to where it still looks like it's still latched, but I don't latch it all the way.
Give me a prowl check.
Got it. I got a 45 and I had a 59. Yes.
That's great. You kind of think it's good. Hopefully they don't try and move you. And at this point, you see the octopus walk around the corner. Just the tentacles kind of coming down his outfit. His outfit's back on now. He's walking a little bit normal. The IV has been removed from him. He's still got that weird kind of like half angry stare at you. He just walks in and looks at you.
I just wave. Hi.
I was told you wished to speak to me.
Yeah, I was asking, 7. I remember. I think that's her name. Can I help you guys with anything? Because I feel like I'm kind of being useless in here.
That is exactly what I want you. Useless.
He takes a step forward and goes,
Your act of playing stupid has no effect on me. I
But
have
I'm
been
not
following
playing
you.
stupid.
I have been doing surveillance on you. I am well aware of your backstory with Birdsong. I know better than to think that you are some bumpkin that has stumbled into this situation.
Correct. So if you knew I was with Birdsong, then you know that I'm new to this group, so I don't really know a whole lot.
He just kind of ignores that and goes,
It is an unfortunate reality that our sides must come up against each other for their survival. But
Okay.
it is what has to happen.
Okay, so she said, hold on. She said your name's Oct, right? Your name's Oct?
he just narrows his octopus eyes at you. He goes,
Our conversation is ended. As I said,
No, sir,
stay in
hold
this
on,
room.
1 second.
Do not attempt to escape,
But-
and you will be set free when the job is done. I have no need to kill you or shed any more innocent blood than is required.
But
and then he
sir,
turns and starts to walk out.
God damn it.
You made him mad. His name was
Yeah.
Ocho.
Yeah, he's got no time for your shit. Other people have time for your shit. He doesn't have no time for your shit. Yeah, he walks out, which gives you some freedom. Now, do you want
Exactly. So I'm going straight back to the other one.
the other one, the shackles?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Give me a line.
But this time, hold on. So this time because I have one free, so that means I have like movement of one of my legs. I'm now this time going to do my hand.
Okay, that's what I assumed. I assumed. So you're
Okay.
gonna do one of your hands. Yes.
Okay, so I'm doing the roll for pick lock, correct? Okay. Pick lock. That's a percentile. Yep, I got it. I rolled a 26.
Okay, all right. You pick one of your hands free. Comes free.
So I'm going to kind of listen because you said the walls are a little thin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to listen. So if I'm not hearing any footsteps, I'm going to kind of go over to the doorway area and kind of like if the door is closed, I'm going to try and like open it, but quietly and
Okay.
kind of like peek out and see exactly if I can see where anybody, like where they are all at. If it's like, if it goes out to a hallway or if it goes out to the big room, if I'm still attached to it. Like, I want to know what's outside the door.
Okay. All right. You kind of sneak up to the edge of the room. You know I'm going to have to give you a prowl check. You're going to be prowling all night here.
Yes. Okay, here we go. And I failed by 1.
So close. So
Damn
close. So close.
I had a 50. I have a 59 and I rolled a 60.
All right. Let me see here. All right, you start to creep towards the edge of the door to kind of try and get the lay of the land. It's just an open doorway. It's not even like a shuttable door. It's just an open doorway that they have you in.
Okay.
You kind of peek out the doorway. And you can see that this room was kind of probably like a storage room just off of one of the main rooms, You're in kind of like a big, kind of almost like, this is like the 3rd floor, so this was like office work for whatever factory or warehouse this was. So there's a lot of old cubicles that have been knocked down and desks and stuff. It's kind of a maze in that room. Just kind of like, yeah, so there's a lot of cover and whatnot and junk there. Kind of to your, and that would be to your right. To your left, where they walked you from, is another doorway that goes into the room that they had you in the first place, which is another large room, not nearly as big as this big office room thing, but still a big room. However, when you peek that way, the shackle that's just dangling off your other arm just swings free and just slaps right into the doorwell. Blank! Just right into the doorwell. And you just see, who would it be? You see the Trip, the guy with the sunglasses in the dark inside with the toothpick. He's inside that room, and he's literally like flipping an Uzi in his hand for whatever reason, just flipping it. And he catches it as the plank, and then he just turns over and sees you. And yeah, what do? He's like, I don't think you're supposed to be out. Is she supposed to be out?
So I'm going and I'm taking a straight run at him and I'm going to ball up my fist, but I'm going to grab a hold as I like go run at him. I'm grabbing the handcuff and using it like almost like a brass knuckle, and I'm going to literally punch him.
He has a machine gun, and he is about 15 feet away from you.
Oh, okay. Dang it! I should have asked
You're
that.
fine. You're fine. No. Don't be upset. Don't be upset. I see where you're coming from. He's not sitting right outside your room. He's sitting in that big room.
Gotcha. Okay.
And just kind of sees you.
Okay, so you said there's a bunch of garbage.
Yes.
How far from the door?
From where you are? 5-10 feet, and there's garbage all over the place that you can kind of weave between and whatnot.
So that's what I'm gonna try and is to see if I can. I'm gonna like kind of like run, but like to where I can hide behind something, to where if he goes to shoot or anything like that, I can use it for cover.
Okay, all right.
Get duck, dive, and dodge.
Dip, dodge, dive.
Okay, you start to run. Trip's like, hey!
Were those gunshots?
No, that was literally that plastic castle that's down here just fell. Just randomly, right just then.
Oh, I
so
thought
fucking
that was
weird.
sound effects for the...
I know.
Yeah, right? That would have been nice, right?
Where do we get sound effects? That's awesome.
It's a new soundboard, my kids.
Yeah.
Christmas present.
It's like, and he just turns and he just takes like an Uzi pipe. He's like, son of a bitch! As he starts shooting, you hear Ocho go, low shoot, and you just see a quick range of fire. We are definitely going to need you to dodge there, Rube.
Okay. Dodging again. Remember.
And I need to find an Uzi's fucking
D20,
stats.
correct? When I dodge.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is definitely a 3-round burst too, so I need to look that up real quick.
1. Okay, perfect.
Game is brutal when it comes to.
Yeah, it really is. Like the minute he fired, I'm like, yeah, this is what he do. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's your D20 roll plus your dodge.
My
Yeah,
dodge,
don't. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to roll.
I just
dodge.
wanted to remember. I was like, oh crap, what dice?
Yeah. Plus any
I had
dodge
it
bonus
up.
you have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let
Okay.
me see here. Times 2. Jesus.
Remember when
Okay.
Uzis were like
Alright.
always in these sort of this era?
Yeah, there's always Uzis. Okay.
Is there any difficulty for that, Zach?
Is there any difficulty? Well, he's gonna roll an attack on you, basically.
Okay.
And here it comes. Find him. Some machine guns. So it's gonna be a +1.
Come on, Ruby, use your wings.
He doesn't have any pluses to hit. Okay. Oh, you lucked out. He rolls a 1. So he misses. Just a quick barrage, but because of Ocho's yell, he kind of pulls back quick. Bullets kind of fly past your head as you're running. Ocho's like, get her! Stop her! We don't need to kill her! She's unarmed! Trip's like, I'm kind of about to shooting, boss. And then you see him actually like start to like rush after you. He is extremely fast for some reason, just extremely fast, like parkour to the max. So this is the wrong guy to be up against in a chase contest, but it's happening. So
Okay.
So you're running through the stuff. You do hear that he's not going to shoot you. When you look back, you see him kind of like, he just starts like parkour sprinting at you and just like leaping over stuff towards you. So let's go ahead and do a contested PP.
Okay.
Control
okay.
is 30 for you. So percentile and his PP. You know what you were doing, play. You know what you were doing. Ooh. Okay, alright. That's plausible.
I got it.
By how much? You're contested.
You said it was 30 and that one was that. So, oh God, you're gonna make me do math.
Yes.
Okay.
That is.
I got it by.
It is a component to this that we have to do.
I got it by 11. I have it by 11.
You have it by 11. Ooh, that's close.
Yep.
Okay. All right, you're staying ahead of him, like running through the rubble, kind of like almost using your wings to kind of glide over like the desk that you can get over, but he is just like hopping over them, just flying towards you. He's like, "Come on, Birdie, don't make this hard on me, baby." Just like flipping around. Call high or low for me.
Low.
The roll was a 90, which is high. So, it is at this
I
point.
always go to the wrong one.
It is at this point that as you jump over a desk, you realize that you only unshackled one of your feet, and that hanging shackle catches on one of the cubicles that's just like dangling over a desk and yanks you out of the air. Give me a quick PP check. PP check. PP. Which is control is at... We're actually going to move your control down a little bit, down to a 20.
I barely made that. I have a 24. I barely made that.
Okay, all right. You make it. You kind of pull yourself over the cubicle. You manage to like catch yourself with one of your hands and kind of slide. Let me give him a quick roll. Okay. At this point, though, you feel him coming down on you, like he leaps over the desk to kind of like tackle you, so to speak. So this is an attack roll. So 9. Okay. So he gets a 10 to hit you.
I have a 16.
Okay. All right. So you actually manage to kind of like, he hits you, but you roll to the side, and he rolls off you, kind of hits the ground, and rolls away into one of the plaster doors. But he is now between you and the door. What do you do?
How tall is this kid or guy?
He's like 5'9". He's not a big dude. You can tell he's fit, but he's very thin too. Like he's very like swimmer fit, like very toned.
Okay, this is a crazy question. What is his speed?
I can't tell you what his speed is.
Damn it!
Because you wouldn't know what it is.
So I'm thinking about maybe testing my speed against his and seeing if I can jump out that damn door.
He's like, when he rolls up in front of you and he puts his hands out, like, where are you going to go, birdie? Come on now. Where are you going to go?
I'm going to do it. So I'm going to go and kind of run at him, and I'm going to try and leap over, but kind of like do almost like a run jump over top of him and go out over the door. And as I go to, if I can go out, when I go out the door, I'm going to like kind of roll out and like slam the door to where it kind of makes it to where he has to get through the door to get back to me so I can continue going.
Okay. All right. Give me a try. We're going to do, I don't know what that, let's do contested speed.
Okay. Here we
And you
go.
can hide behind the door. It works every time.
At least you wouldn't be able to shoot it right off the bat.
So I rolled a 17.
Oh, that's not, you rolled a 17 on your percentage?
Yeah.
All right, so how many
So
under is that? With the control at 20.
At 20, and my speed is a 24, so that's 44 minus 17. Oh, geez. 23, I think? 23? Did I do that right?
Okay, you rolled a 17. What's your total? What's your control plus your speed total?
So the control is 20. My speed is 24.
Okay, so that's a 44 to try and check under. You rolled a 17, so that would be
26.
26. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Again, my brain is a little slow today.
That's fine. It's all good in the hood.
I was off by 3. I said 23.
I would have broken my brain.
All right, you rush forward and just like kind of fake low and then leap high. You end up going right over him. He's like, son of a bitch! And actually like tries to catch your foot, doesn't quite catch it. You actually realize when you go through the doorway that you're in kind of like almost like a stairwell towards the center of the warehouse. So like when you go through this doorway, it's kind of like box stairs that goes 3 stories down. So you actually managed to get over that kind of all the way past the kind of center fall through. You know what I'm talking about? And landing on the stairs. He ends up clanking on the thing. He's like, stop. He grabs his communicator and goes, "We got a runner, guys. We got a runner." And yeah. So what do you do next?
I'm gonna start just doing the stairs.
Okay.
We're gonna use that speed. We're gonna get down them stairs. We're trying to get out of the building.
Okay, you get a floor down, and as you come down onto the landing, you come to the top stairs. The stairs, kind of as you're about to come down to the second floor, and then just stepping out onto the landing in front of you is the cowboy. He puts his hand on his gun. He goes, "Don't.
I don't want to do this.
So okay, so so then is there a door I can go through, or
No.
do I have to go through him?
He steps out of the door on the second floor. You're on the landing, so like in the box stairs, the third floor above you is trip. Then there's a stair down, and then a stair down.
Okay.
You're on that stair down right before the final stair down to there.
You got wings.
So that's what I was gonna say. I'm going and I'm gonna say see ya, and I'm jumping over the railing. I'm going straight down the middle.
Okay. He's gonna shoot at you though.
That's okay.
Okay.
We're going down.
You sure you want him to shoot at you? That's fine.
Hey, that doesn't mean he's a perfect shot.
He's a perfect shot. Okay. All right. So you're gonna dive over. He goes wrong move. Draws and shoots fire from the hip. All right. Let's see what he gets here. He has a +6. Where's his stuff? Right there. Okay.
There is no bushes. What?
He has a 22 to hit you with his first attack.
Okay, and I would be rolling dodge, so that would be
Dodge. You have to
Dodge.
roll a
Gotcha.
d20 and add your dodge, your bonus to dodge.
Yep.
And it uses an action from your next round.
Okay, so 15.
You get hit. All right, so 3d6.
No.
It's a low roll. All right, take 7 points of damage. To SDC first, then hit points.
Yep. Okay.
Hey, she doesn't. Oh, never.
All right.
That puts me at 15.
All right, second shot. Pow, pow! Ooh, this might be your lucky day.
Isn't dodge free and parry's the one that takes from your action?
No, it's the opposite. 10 to hit you.
I have a 25.
Okay, all right. You use 2 actions. You realize that, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, all right. Pow, pow! One of them connects. Just connects high with your shoulder. Yeah, give me a PP check because he's shooting you as you're jumping over the railing to not get stunned.
PP chat. And I
Aim for
passed
the bushes.
it. I rolled a 23.
Aim for the bushes. Aim for the bushes.
Got a 23.
There goes
I
my
passed.
hero. 23 and pass. All right, good job. All right, you managed to glide, but you take the shot. It is just blinding pain.
I'm sure.
Just rocks through your body as this old school revolver connects with your. We're gonna say your. I don't know where you'd get shot. Let's say your ribs. Basically, it's a gut shot.
Okay.
And you kind of like spin a little, but you unfurl your wings. It allows you to glide kind of roughly down to the bottom floor. You slam onto the bottom floor. You're still pretty hurt. How much health do you have left? Just total, like
I said, yeah, I'm at 15 SDC and I'm at 31 hit point.
Okay, all right. So you're doing all right. So you land. You're able to stand. And then you move out the door. As you move out the door, you're on the ground floor, and you can see in front of you. Let's see here. Who would it be? You see, he would be in. Should they take him out? You see Ocho, and you see the Russian woman. Who you didn't get to see before, but you just assume she's got one eye and she's got a large sniper rifle at the back of the warehouse, kind of pointed at you. You see Ocho, like, he kind of like plops down from the second floor and looks at you as you come through the door and goes, "That will be quite far enough." It's at that point, though, we see all the way behind them at the back of the factory floor, we see Roswell start to like come out of the sewer behind the two of them. And that is where we're going to end tonight. Sorry, guys, it's 11:26. If we get any farther, it's going to be go time for everybody involved. So, really good game, I think. It's going to be all-out war with the 848 next time.
So much brutality.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys have fun. This was a lot of fun for me. My voice is fucking going, apparently. It got slightly cold outside, so I'm not going to have a voice for 6 months. That's just how my life works, apparently. Everybody remembers last year. So, let's do the plugs, ladies and gentlemen. But before we do the plugs, because I know some of the people want to sign out, I want to thank Asylum, John Stowe, who else jumped in there? Jason, that dumb guy, 84 Esquire. Everybody who jumped in chat and made it interesting. Really appreciate you guys. It was really nice tonight to have the chat. If for no other reason than you guys, we were sure that you could hear us. Below me, Phil, Billy, anything you want to plug?
Obviously this, and then make sure if you enjoyed this to watch Astral Drive. Things are getting intense in that one as well. And then as far as gaming, it's not out yet, but coming out soon. Zach and I are role-playing our ways through Baldur's Gate 3, so when that drops, check that out as also.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited about that as well. We've got 3 episodes in the bank, but we want a few more before we start releasing, just because of our schedules. Wizard, what do you want to plug?
As always, Wizard's Respite. It's the website I run with. It does all things TTRPG. All of these episodes can be seen there. Additionally, I do reviews and deep dive sort of analysis of various games. Also, soon I'm hoping to be actually selling some merch there, some T-shirts and stuff. And I actually got my first sample in. And I have to figure out how to fix the camera.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I love it.
Great.
Nice.
That looks great. You definitely pencil me in for a shirt, man. Without a doubt.
All right, listen, yeah, we'll do.
Hope Child, what do you want to plug?
I'm just saying, hey guys, come out and check out Creative with Love by Jackie Rakes. We create some pretty awesome tumblers.
Yeah.
That is Wiz's new cup. It's coming your way. So check them out. I can do custom orders. I have some great things coming out for Christmas time. Just keep in mind, we can do some pretty awesome gifts.
Indeed. I was modeling for you the entire time with my tumbler. I wasn't even drinking out of my tumbler tonight. I just brought it down.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I mean, I can't say too much, but I'm pretty stoked to get Wiz his cup. I'm pretty excited how it came out. So
yeah, that one's very cool.
Well,
I'm real stoked.
Yeah. Oh, it's got some pretty great. It's got some pretty great detail into it. Like, I was surprised to be able to catch as much detail as I did in it. I was pretty excited. Pretty excited.
Well, yes, I would like to also urge everybody to go check out Created with Love. They're great mugs. I absolutely love them. Mugs, cups, tumblers, whatever.
Think about it. Now our super fans can order their favorite personalities cups because she has our designs.
Right? Yes.
I should give her the AI version of Braddock. The picture that I made.
Right.
Do you want the evilest motherfucker alive on your mug? There you go.
Right. No, I got you guys. I got you. You guys need anything? Just let me know.
As far as me for plugging, I do want to, of course, plug this show. We will be back in December, hopefully, and to wrap up the 848 storyline and continue the long road. And a long road it has been. We're not even halfway through. But I also want to plug another thing. In addition to doing this fine show and doing these actual plays, I am also a publisher of TTRPGs. Just had one come out called Single Mod. Astral Drive that Phil Billy mentioned is actually run on Single Mod. Myself and Wizard are also working on the first module for it, which is, of all things, a gothic horror game. So we're really excited about all these things. But that game is only $6, guys. It's only $6. It's rules light, but it also has enough rules to feed your build impulses, and it's really easy to homebrew and mod. $6. You can go to itch.io and just search Single Mod. I'm the first one that comes up. Otherwise, you can find that link in just about anything. And I'd really appreciate if you guys have the $6 and that sounds in any way interesting, that you pick one up for yourself. Other than that, we do Astral Drive every other Wednesday. Being next Wednesday, we will be another episode. And that one is hitting ahead on a finale as well. And then this one, we will be back in December. And then, yeah. Baldur's Gate is coming. We've got a lot of video game content as well. And yeah, just check out everything we have to offer. Please check out wizardsrespite.com. And for the final plugs, of course, you can also contact us on Facebook at OldManGamingDH, on Twitter at OldManGaming9. You can join our Discord. The link is in the description below. Influence this in all of our shows from there. Go to wizardsrespite.com. Check him out there and everything he has to offer. And as long as you guys keep watching and listening, we will keep making it. We'll see you guys next time.
Later.
Bye.
We're out.